Hello, welcome. As we're approaching a gift-giving season, in today's video I'm going to share 10 gift ideas for the beginner artist in your life. Hi, my name is Lauren and I create art on an almost daily basis, and I'm sharing parts of this journey here and on Instagram. This video does come with a small disclaimer that the artist in your life is an individual, and what I love might be not what they love. It would be important to know that I mostly work with watercolor and some ink. I do dabble in gouache, but none of my gouache supplies really made it into this top 10 list. So if your artist prefers other mediums, this might not be the list for you. Also for this list, I chose consumable materials that even if they already have them, they wouldn't mind maybe a backup or an extra. And I chose things sort of from a $10 to $100 sort of price range, although most are under $50. There's also always the option of a gift card to a favorite art supply store. But if you're looking for a physical gift, then here's the 10 things that I would suggest. Number 1, the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. These come in lots of different kinds of sets. There's black, there's colored. They're basically fine liners. They're little markers that come in different nib sizes. In this set there were 4 pens and I seem to have misplaced one, so here's 3 of them. So the nibs are different sizes, 0.7, this is 0.3, so it's smaller, finer. There's a brush. What I like about these is that they are good for everything. I originally fell in love with microns. So microns are basically the same thing, made by a different company. But I recently, a few months ago now, purchased some of these Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens. And I feel like they're juicier and they do such a good job. And there's just such a range. There's so many different colors, different sizes, and they're just awesome. I think they look beautiful. I use them not only in my art, but also on like a daily basis. This is what I use to write in like my planner. I absolutely love these pens, and whether I was creating art or not, I would appreciate these, and I would always appreciate more of them. So I think these would be a great gift. Number 2, travel paintbrushes. This is a set of 3 travel paintbrushes that are very popular on Amazon. They're sort of different varieties of basically the same thing. This set comes with 3 brushes, and so they're easy to travel with because there is a little hole so it doesn't mold in here. Brush slips inside and then it will screw together, and voila, we have a full-size paintbrush that doesn't get destroyed when you're traveling, which is lovely. So here is the medium size. They call this a size 8, but this is sort of the size 8 that I know. So it does seem a little smaller than that. I think it's more, feels like a size 6. And they're all round brushes, these 3. But there are travel brushes that cost crazy amounts of money. And the 3 of these are very inexpensive as a set, and they do a great job. I've even reached for them and used them when I'm not traveling. They're a great brushes, a great little set for a great price, and I think would make many different artists very happy to receive them. Number 3, the Sailor with a feued nib. So this is a fountain pen made by Sailor that has this very cool nib. The nib is rounded a little bit at the end, so you can make thin lines, you can make medium lines, you can make thick lines, you can fill in space very easily. So you get a huge variety of lines very easily without having to switch back pens back and forth. I also bought the converter for this pen for a little bit more, which allows me to put my own waterproof ink inside, but it does come with a couple cartridges, so it does work right out of the package if you don't have the converter, but the ink is water soluble, so you can't paint over top of it. But this is a great pen. I've made some pieces that I really love with this. The variety of line size is awesome and super fun for any artist in your life, because this nib, it's just so cool. This nib makes all the difference, and it's a rather inexpensive pen. Not cheap, but inexpensive compared to other fountain pens. Number 4, Moonglow by Daniel Smith. This paint is amazing. Moonglow is absolutely stunning. It's sort of purpley, but it also has a little bit of pink and a little bit of blue. It's a granulating pigment, and it is gorgeous. It works great for backgrounds. It works great for shadows. It even mixes some really cool, beautiful colors. And it is a convenience color, and it is a super hyped up color, but I think it is absolutely awesome, absolutely beautiful. You would not go wrong if you have a watercolor lover giving them a tube of Moonglow. Number 5, a Da Vinci Casaneo watercolor brush. I have a size 2, so the sizing for these are a little bit different than sort of a regular round brush. This is again that same size 8 that I had out before, so it's definitely bigger than that. But this brush is amazing. It holds an incredible amount of water, and yet it gives you a lot of control still. You feel like you can just paint and paint and paint and paint and paint, and you never seem to run out of water or paint. This is actually one of the smaller ones of this line. A lot of the other ones are even bigger. They get really big. This is a pricier item, but if I was to only choose one brush for watercolor right now, it would probably be this brush. It is absolutely awesome. Number 6, the Faber-Castell Metallics marker in Heart of Gold. Another Faber-Castell marker, in this case a metallic. I did get this in a set with, it also came with Nothing Else Metals, which is a silver. I haven't used the silver much yet. I am more of a gold person at heart. Oh, Heart of Gold. And this makes beautiful gold over drawings. It is a stunning gold. It's easy to use. It goes over everything. It goes over watercolor, goes over nicely over gouache. This is just a great pen, a great mixed media pen, and same thing, because it's a marker, you could even just use it for writing. It's a great pen. Number 7, a Stillman & Birn sketchbook. If you are looking for someone who does watercolor, the Beta, Zeta, or Alpha series would be best. This is the sketchbook that I'm currently working in. I have used pencil crayon, watercolor, different watercolor techniques too, so like wet on wet, not like super wet on wet because the paper isn't like necessarily like arches quality, but you can do wet on wet. You can do just gentle small washes. You can do ink, it doesn't bleed through. You can do gouache. It just seems to do everything. The only thing I haven't tried on it is marker, but everything else I have, it seems, and it just works absolutely beautifully. So this one that I have is the Beta series, and it is awesome. It is a 270 gram paper. It is acid free. There are 26 sheets. This is cold press, so it has a little bit more tooth. There is also a hot press version. I can't remember whether it's the Zeta or the Alpha. This is a great book that I have really enjoyed using. It does everything that I would want a sketchbook to do. It comes in lots of different sizes, lots of different bindings. It's a great sketchbook. And it is a little bit pricier, so it might be something that the artist in your life hasn't bought for themselves, but I'm sure they probably would like to try.
I don't think there's a lot of artists who don't have a use for another nice sketchbook.
Number 8, quinacridone gold is a stunning color and can be used in so many ways. It's almost like a yellow ochre, but it can also be thinned down to be a very bright, vibrant yellow, and it is absolutely beautiful. I've used it in sunsets. I use it basically anytime I need yellow for any reason, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The first time that I saw it being used on YouTube, I made a little list in my phone of that is a color that I need, and I do not regret it. It is a stunning, stunning color. Number 9, a butcher tray mixing palette, or also beautiful handmade palettes. There's tons of them out there. But a mixing surface. This is great. I love having a huge amount of space that the butcher block allows. It has a nice feel to it. It's not heavy, but it feels good to touch. The paint and water mix beautifully on it. I absolutely love this tray. And finally, number 10, beautiful pouches. There's so many little knickknacks and little things that need to be organized and taken places and kept together and kept separate, that a beautiful pouches of different sizes, different varieties, can probably normally be put to good use. So this one is just a small pencil case from Amazon. This one I think was a gift with purchase. This is, I believe, this is like a Kate Spade makeup bag. All have purposes, all are beautiful. They just make making art, I think, a little bit more fun. I like to have things that I think are beautiful. So there we have it. 10 art supplies that I think the beginner artist, or almost any artist in your life, might enjoy. I know that even owning these, I wouldn't mind getting another one of any of these during the holiday season. I hope you've enjoyed this list. Let me know in the comments if you're someone who just came here looking for yourself, because I find I binge these videos. I don't think anyone buying things for me would be watching videos like this, but I know that I watch them to get ideas of things that I might want to purchase in the future. So if you're here for that reason, I'd love to know. Thanks for sticking around. Bye!